Hello. This is a session for the first day of your period when your low back and hips might be really hurting. So come into downward facing dog, melt your heart, lift your hips, sink down into your heels, and then invite a full range of motion by bending into one knee and then the other. Opening up through the legs, and then lifting up through the left leg, reaching your heel for an imaginary wall, and find stillness. And then gently release and switch. Right leg lifts. We find this melting of the heart, this extension of the leg. And then bending through that right knee, coming forward into high plank, bringing the knee up towards your chest. And then as we move through a few of these, inhaling to lift, exhaling to draw it through, finding this beautiful range of motion in the hips, maybe a hip circle in between, and then we'll step our right foot all the way up and through between the hands. Then we'll rock to the inner arch of the left foot and then back onto the toes, almost as if we're moving through a warrior two shape with that back foot, finding this beautiful extension through the inner thigh, rocking side to side. And then step your right toes back to meet the left, coming into downward facing dog, switching over to the left leg, extending it up, and then coming forward as we draw the left knee into the chest, high plank. Again, inhaling as you lift, exhaling to bring it through, finding fluidity and this beautiful hip opening. And we'll place that foot down between your palms and find that same rocking motion on the other side. So moving to the inner arch of the right foot, and then back onto the toes. And then after a few rounds, we'll bring the toes back and release our hips down towards the earth, coming into upward facing dog. So really lifting hips and pelvis off of the earth so that we can find this kind of rocking motion, swaying side to side in the upper body. And then untucking the toes, and almost like a mountain climber, draw your right knee up towards the back of your right hand, and then left knee up towards the back of your left hand. Coming back over to the right side, pausing here. You can find some movement in your upper body, rolling out your shoulders, the neck, finding any range of motion that feels comfortable in the hips and the glutes. Placing the right toes back and bringing the left knee up, and we'll pause here on this side. Perhaps lifting your neck, drawing it down towards the chest, and then release. Bring the right knee up, tapping it to the back of the right hand. Switching over to the left, tapping left knee to the back of the left hand. This time, draw your hands forward towards the front of the mat, creating a little more space between your hands and your hips. And then keeping the hands right where they are, bring the left foot back. Bring your right knee forward. And this time we'll lower all the way down onto our left shoulder. And we're going to transition into a twist. We'll roll all the way onto the back. Perhaps place your left hand over the top of the thigh. And if it feels comfortable, you can find some motion in your right arm, drawing a big rainbow-like shape over the head and then back. You can continue moving in big circles here. And then we'll gently unravel, making our way back and releasing the right knee, bringing the left knee up, extending your palms out in front of you once again. And this time we'll roll onto the right shoulder, rolling over to the left, placing our left arm to extend. And this is such a wonderful moment to feel this twisting of the spine, decompression in the low back. And you can find those same arm circles on this left side. If you prefer to enjoy stillness, you can certainly stay in one place. When you're ready, we'll roll over onto our backs completely and bring both knees up into your chest, rocking side to side and massaging through the low back. We'll prepare for our final resting shape here. You can begin to release your feet down towards the earth. And if you like, you can bring your feet together and let your knees open. This can be an incredibly vulnerable and tender time. And perhaps you've spent much of your day clenching or holding things together. And so I'll invite you to relax and surrender. You can bring the arms overhead, either in a mirroring diamond shape, or perhaps interlocking the fingers and bringing them behind the back of your head. For the remainder of these few minutes, you can stay in this open shape, or you can come over onto one side into a fetal position, keeping the hips stacked and just letting your body completely let go and be held by your mat, be held by the earth. You can imagine that all of the blood that is lost is returned back to the earth. And in this moment, you can welcome a renewal of your energy for all of the pouring out that you've already done. And through the softness and the openness of your heart and of your being, allow yourself to be refilled and renourished and feel deeply, deeply loved and cared for. Thank you so much for joining for this very short, hip-focused session. Wishing you a peaceful rest of your bleed, and I'll see you again very soon.